For me, I have always been interested in automobiles, even from its earliest conception that I can remember. They were very interesting to what they did. I mean, a machinery that rolled and moved and gave us the freedom to get around, fulfilling job necessities or just sheer joy and pleasure of a leisurely drive, or becoming something more. The history, not only of the car, but the background and history of those people taking something that might not look good to others and modifying it, turning it, changing it and shaping it into something either they liked or for other people. There are so many different automobiles from the conception to now, and there are so many people out there that have background and history and stories to tell. This series is that. This will cover automobile shops, motorcycle shops, engine builders, upholsterers, painters, fabricators, welders, or people that just have a love of anything old or new. I appreciate what they can do, and I've always wondered what to do about helping them tell their story. This is it. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to call this Shop Talk, and we're going to go to places and get the background, get the stories of the individuals. I find it very interesting. I hope you do too. So let's go. Let's start our series, Shop Talks. All right, guys, we're out again for another episode. We're in Springfield, Ohio, still in Ratsville, but something happened. Somebody crashed the party. Look, it's Scuba Steve. It's Steve CULTICE.
That's me.
How you doing, Steve? What's up, buddy?
How's it going, man?
Now, the reason I wanted to talk to you...
Oh, by the way, I got dressed up like this.
Yeah.
Because Brian told me that I had to dress up, couldn't be in shop outfit.
So this is your dress gear?
Yeah, this is my good clothes.
The reason I wanted to talk to you, if I can get through this without laughing, the reason I wanted to talk to you and stuff, because you're kind of one of those guys, and like this whole series is on, is you're kind of like background support.
My whole career has been background support.
But that's a good thing. It's a good thing, brother. Now tell me where you work a normal job at.
Actually, in my barn.
There you go.
Making signs and pieces, parts. I retired from out at the base, and
Yeah.
I just spend the time out there.
Can you tell me what loosely what you used to do at the base?
It just depends on what year.
So you've been at the Wright Patterson?
About anything, Springfield Guard Base.
Oh, okay.
And about anything that you can think of that was in fabrication,
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah. So that's primarily what you're trained in is fabrication?
Pretty much. I started out with ejection seats, went from there to corrosion, sheet metal, welding shop. Was in the parachute shop for a while.
Yeah.
My last 3 years was out in finance office when we lost the flying mission.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
little bits and pieces of everything.
At your home shop, you've got a lot of gear out there. You have a plasma table.
Got a shop saver plasma.
Yeah. Because another reason I want to talk to you about is because some of the trophies that you've been just phenomenal. I really appreciate those trophies. Everybody really likes them too.
It's kind of cool to do,
Yeah.
especially when Brian comes out and we end up building pieces, part trophies.
Yeah. Oh, those are
Cars,
sweet.
And
And
then we treat them with the other stuff. It's kind of neat.
Steve presented me with one today that I'm going to show you guys at the end of this video. It's just so awesome and stuff. So how long, because I know you and your brother, your father, did a lot of hot rod stuff.
Actually, Dad did for a while. Then he kind of backed off of it a little bit, and towards his later years, he wanted to build some more, or
Yeah.
do some more, and we got on. That was for his 29.
Right.
And then when he passed, my brother wanted a truck,
Right.
so we kind of got onto his 50
The
Studebaker.
Frankenbaker.
The Frankenbaker.
Yeah, that's sweet.
We
And
wanna
you,
as soon as I get that addition onto the shop, those are gonna get finished.
yeah. Well, you know me, I like the way they are now, but totally whatever you want to do and stuff. On the 29, now what are you going to do with that?
I don't know, kind of like when we done our interview once before, a few years back.
Right.
I kind of want to keep it that way, but then again, we were going to paint it. It's like a Pepsi can blue.
Yeah.
So probably do that. I know one thing I got to do. I got to fix the cam in it because I might have screwed that one up.
Rolled the lobes off of it?
Well, when you got a stuck lifter, the old days of saying change the lifters, don't unstick them.
Leave the cam.
Yeah, and then I was kind of being anal since I had it tore apart. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and adjust the rockers again. I tightened them too tight.
Yeah.
So now it just goes plump, 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 plump.
It's a 3/4 racing kit now.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's reground as you drive.
The thing is you can see the temperature gauge go up every time it goes.
Now, are you adverse to doing any work for outside people?
I have.
Yeah.
Working on for Mike Harkins. Part of the deal on that was he's going to come out and help me, and we do it together. But working on a 30 sedan,
Yeah.
and it's really cool.
Yeah.
Took a 59 Impala dash, the dash clusters, and then built a whole entire dash for it. It's really neat.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, one of my favorite sayings is, "You don't have to be crazy, but it helps."
Oh,
Yes,
definitely. Yeah.
And I know you live your life like that pretty much, don't you? I mean, you're just having fun.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, in the car community and stuff, you're in this area, you're known pretty heavily. Well, not only for being crazy, but for doing stuff.
Kind of, sort of.
No, like I said, support staff. I mean but you've got a lot of history in this area, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean,
In the big town of Pitchin.
Pitchin.
Ohio.
Yeah.
Population 22. Wait a minute, was that a gunshot? 21.
21. So on doing a lot of work and stuff like that, if people would contact you, custom work for them and stuff, do different
yeah.
things and items and everything, because I know like the trophies and everything, that's...
I've got quite a few people that's kind of waiting until after Christmas, because right now I'm swamped with Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
Just signs and stuff, that some projects, even clear down to North Carolina. Just one of them is Shane Six's responsibility, but we won't talk about that.
No, we won't talk about that. I'm not sure whether we can get a mention with him or later on or not, because I know how he is and stuff.
Oh my gosh, I mean, it's just like with Brian Vance. We've known each other, my gosh, it's been like 20, 30 days.
Yeah.
It seems like it's just yesterday.
Well, they always tell me that being around you is like an eternity. Every minute's 100 years.
Yep.
They age. Well, buddy, I greatly appreciate you stopping by and giving me the opportunity to talk and stuff and get a little bit of background on you and stuff, because I really do appreciate what you do. It is an art form. Now, on the painting and stuff, do you do a lot of the painting and everything?
I have. I mean, like I said, I was 4 years painting jets.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Sweet.
And there's some of them that it's kind of helped out. I'm doing something for the Oxford boys. It was
Yeah.
World War II group.
Yeah.
And it was on our aircraft out here. So I'm actually making some aircraft panels like you took them straight off of the jet with the Oxford boys emblem on
All right.
it. And it'll be kind of neat.
Well, Steve, I really appreciate it. You got a shout out you want to yell at anybody or say anything? Not that you've ever been known not to have some.
George, Greg, Danny, Karen, not to be just dropping names, but
Yeah. The band. Karen Carpenter?
nah, I just wanted to drop some names.
Oh, all right, buddy. I want to thank you again. Thank you so much.
All right, man, thanks.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the giggles and laughs and stuff. It's always something cool with Steve. If you ever see him out at a car show, one of two things. Be prepared to sit and listen for a long time and laugh, or start running.
Oh, and don't forget, triple B signs on Facebook. It's real easy to remember. Triple BBB or Triple B, and that stands for Big Blue Barn.
Big Blue Barn. All right, Steve. Thanks again. I appreciate it, guys. I hope you enjoyed yourself. This has been really cool. We'll see you out there. Hey guys, we are out here today in Pitchin, Ohio. This is a follow-up to the interview that I was doing at Brian Mann's shop. and we were talking to Scuba Steve. We were talking to Steve, and we are out here now in Pitchin at the Big Blue Barn. And look who we have.
How y'all doing?
Here we go. We're out here with Steve CULTICE, and we're going to do a little walk around. We're going to get some more interview with him, and we're just going to take a look at his actual shop out here in Pitchin. All right, let's get started. So tell me again, we did a little bit of the information that we got from you when we were out at Brian's at PAP'S, a hot rod shop. We're out now in Pitchin at the Big Blue Barn, which is your shop.
Right,
this is
downtown Pitchin.
there you go. Big. How would you say the population was here?
Population 22. Wait, gunshot 21.
There you go. So we're out here, and tell us what it is you really do out here.
I screw off a lot.
Yeah.
Watch a lot of movies. Now, once I retired, I had a chance to, wasn't ready to retire, but I had a chance to, because we already have the shop set up, to take care of Mom and still work out in the shop. Well, we got the machine to do more backhoe work or buckets and like that for bobcats. And then a buddy of mine that actually was making the battle flags said, hey, you need to do this. And I started making signs. And
There you go. And that on that
kinda-
machine, what did you get? It was what?
What's that?
The machine that you got? The
Oh, it's a shop saver.
yeah.
Sidekick. The cool thing on that machine is instead of just being a plasma,
Yeah.
I actually bought a CNC router with a plasma attachment.
Oh, there you go.
So actually, Shop Saver is known for their cabinet, their CNC cabinets
Mm-hmm.
and woodworking stuff. Well, I got that, and then it's got a double gantry on the top of it, so it'll take that back pressure.
Yeah.
Now, have I ever hooked it up? No.
Well,
Once we
but you
started
got it.
Once I started cutting metal,
Yeah.
it was like, okay, I ain't got a chance.
There you go. And what is it that you do out here? I mean, so you make signs, you'll make parts for hot rods.
I haven't made about everything.
Yeah.
It's literally a shop. Most of the time I'm making retirement signs. I just done a bunch of them for Right Pat, their unit emblems and like that. It's kind of cool because everything's different.
Yeah.
No matter what I do, and it's just like the ones up there. The cat with the big O around it or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Every one of them's going to end up being different because with patinas and everything else, you don't have total control of it.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of cool because there's not one of them that's the same.
Yeah. Well, anything artistic, like coming from my background and stuff, anything artistic pretty much is a one-off.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like all my gopher gear that I have, all my, even the things that I'll have planned for the future, I tell them each one is made imperfect by myself. So everyone's a collector's
I
item.
had a guy
and stuff
one
like
time
that.
on the patina doing the copper finish. You can't tell it, so you got to be really careful you don't put fingerprints on it. Because then when you clear coat over top of it, in about a year, even 2 years, it'll show that fingerprint. Because it'll just turn on the copper, just like regular copper. Because that's what you're spraying on there practically.
Yep.
And he said something about that. And my girlfriend told him, no, that's how Steve knows that he done it. That he's the one that done it.
Left your mark on it.
Yeah, that way he knows that because he does it on every sign. And I'm like, I don't do it on every sign, not on purpose.
Well, that's pretty cool. Let's. I'm going to put a microphone camera on you, and we'll wander through the shop, and we'll kind of let you tell me and point out things, different things. All right.
Sounds like a winner.
All right. So we're going to go over here. Hey, yeah, we got Steve wired up here, so he can actually, so you can see what he sees, and he's going to tell us about the table over here.
Yeah, this is it's just a CNC 10-foot or actually an 8-foot table. CNC plasma. That's pretty much where all the cutting is. As you can see, it cuts everything. It's got a cool factor because it's supposed to. I've never cut anything that thick, but it's supposed to do 3/4 blast through up to 1.5 inches cutting from the side. So it'll do some thick stuff because of that right there. That's kind of cool. I got kind of cool everywhere. I don't know where to go.
So can you pull up one of your?
What do I do with my hands?
Yeah, there you go. Can you pull up one of your programs here?
Certainly.
What you were working on before, just to show them how you. You mean you don't have to alter or change anything, but how you lay out for the plotter for the machine?
Kind of hard to see a little bit. There we go. literally I'll take a drawing. A lot of the stuff when I say I draw it out, I trace it, and just take the drawing, come back in. I'll put my lettering in just like this right here. It'll end up being a butterfly with names in it, and I'll cut it out and see if I like it or not. And then it literally will, you go through, you got to set up your cut path, which is not really that big of a deal. I'm just going to do this here. I'm not going to save it because, yeah, loops detected. That's because. But anyway, you'll set up that path and then you send it to the machine. Oops. Send it to the machine for it to cut. And you got to remember, it's a torch. So 500 thousandths you're going to lose, and if anything's really close to it, so you got to watch. It'll
You
blast.
lose the width of your blast, right, for the nozzle that you have on.
Yep,
All right.
it's pretty much the same as a torch. When you torch something out, you're cutting out metal,
Right.
and all that stuff that hits the floor is just
Yeah,
lost.
blade, anything, drill, anything. You have so much loss that you have to
yeah.
program in. Sure, cool. And then it comes through the machine, goes through the head, all right, and then it just steps and repeats and steps and repeats and
Pretty
stuff
much.
like that.
Everything's on a XY axis,
Yeah.
pretty much, and it does its own little thing.
Yeah. So over here you've got.
Now, the nice thing, like I said,
okay, go
with
ahead.
With this was actually a router set up for plasma, and with a different setup within route, I can actually do three-dimensional cutouts. Never done it before because I've never had anything on it but metal.
Right.
But it'll do three-dimensional cutouts like of your face or
Cool.
anything like
Yeah.
that.
Not sure I want to do that, but you've got your old school equipment over here. You got your big bandsaw.
Oh, I'm actually looking at the mannequin on the wall.
Oh,
She's hot.
okay. So you got your old bandsaw. You've got some of your the Drake equipment over here. You got a punch press,
Yep.
and boy, that's an
Well,
old
it's
school.
just an arbor.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
And then the old school drill press over there and
Yeah,
stuff. Belt.
I want to get that hump back when I get the addition onto the barn. I want to get it all cleaned up and put it
Yeah.
on the other side.
Bandsaw,
Oh, there's a little bit of everything.
sanding stations. You've got sandblasters.
Yeah. That's,
So it's just like any good home shop. You've really got to set. Here's your roll benders,
that's pretty much, yeah. And then literally I've got my
torch,
TIG
welder.
my MIG welder, and I love this thing. This is my bead roller.
The bead roller. Oh, boy, that's a long arm bead roller.
Yeah, I want to do a little bit more with it. I've used it a little bit, but then I've
Got-
got my small
You got your lathe.
roller, my 3-inch roller.
So you got the lathe over here. Oh, you got a mill.
Yep.
You got. Is that a Bridgeport?
Yep,
Oh my
little
gosh.
Bridgeport.
Yeah, that's
only thing I
small
wish that
compared to
had-
the ones they had in International. Did that
Yep.
come from International?
No,
Yeah.
that one didn't. I know, Dad. We had shapers. We had shapers as big as the garage out there.
Yeah.
That you couldn't even use because with the slide on it, it wouldn't go.
On full distance.
Yeah. Dad would put a bid on a machine, and
Oh, here's another. Yeah.
yeah, that one. It's probably gonna get moved over to the new shop too. That one's a self feed, and it works pretty good. It's just
Now with the bead roller. Now you did the hole punching here old school. Did you do that? Drill the hole and then feed them through and then ratchet them down.
It's one thing that's nice about having a CNC machine.
Yeah.
You have to clean the holes
Yeah.
because when you go to put your bends in it or anything else, you don't want it to tear. But you can actually
There's your pan brake.
you can cut your holes on the CNC
And these
and
are
then come back and
some of the things that you've done.
oh yeah.
Now
Christmas time.
you do a lot of the painting stuff here, right?
Oh yeah, that's my
Paint booth.
my self-made painting back.
I
then.
did the same thing. I used a cabinet to do the exact same thing when
Well,
I was painting small parts.
It's for to get the stuff out away from you. But I'm
Right.
using a mask anyway.
Yeah.
And anytime if you're using a paint booth or whatever else and it's got that vacuum to it,
Right.
it keeps. I paint the back of the signs
Yeah.
and the front of the sign doesn't get painted.
Right.
So it really works good. Now
Yeah.
when you get out away from it or whatever, it's kind of just ventilation. But
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, even that cabinet back in the back was set up and made. That was back when I was doing powder coat. That's what the oven underneath it was for. Now it just stores
Small
paint.
parts powder coat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Eastwood.
Oh yeah. The home kit. Yeah, I seen a lot of
Oh
those.
my
Yeah.
gosh, I was doing so much of that I didn't have a chance to do it on Dad's truck.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to do just like the bumper mounts and stuff that's on Dad's truck. And I'll tell you right now, you powder coat it, you can't get the stuff off.
Well, no, yeah, it's 400 degrees, and then it becomes liquid plastic, and then
you literally heat it up to 350,
Yeah.
and then once it starts to flow, you go to 400,
Yeah.
and let it set for 10 minutes, and then bring it back down, and that's exactly what it is.
it's liquid plastic. Yeah. Very high polymer. Very high polymer count. Now, what's this over here? Are you making a gas tank, or what are you making?
No, that's actually just it's got to be stainless because it's for the fly farm down in Yellow Springs.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
You're all right.
I choked on spit. But that's just it's an additional chute to go from one machine to
But you could make gas tanks, right?
Oh yeah.
Can you make gas tanks and put windage trays in them, the whole bit and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that I done for Mike's sedan out there.
Yeah.
I put it was kind of cool. It looked like it was a gusset for aircraft, but I put gussets in it just to keep the fuel from slopping around in the tank. And
Oh,
everything.
sweet. Well, let's take a second and go out there and take a look at that, all right?
Okay.
Yeah, before we go outside, you want to tell me about Sean?
Sean retired from out at the base also. We both retired from out there at Springfield. And he was out here helping me a little bit. Well, he did for a couple years. But we were looking and we were trying to build up stuff. I needed another welding table. I had the small one back there.
Right.
But I needed something a little bit bigger. Well, he found on Craigslist this table, the bottom part. He goes after it. Half a day goes by, 3/4 of a day, comes pulling in with the trailer. And I'm like, dude, that's perfect. He goes, I got something else to show you. It was at an old foundry. And they had a whole bunch of these plates.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So we literally mounted the plate onto this.
Oh, that's solid.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, and that's what all the holes were for, because they were using it for
Right.
their setup and everything. That table right there ain't no money in the world that's going to replace that.
I'd say that's everything those wheels
And
can.
then here,
Uh-huh.
I got tired of trying to clamp things down to the table.
Right.
Now, you can't do this with aluminum, but with aluminum, it's a little bit lighter weight, so you can tape the back of it. It'll
Right.
stick while you're putting, grinding your
Sure,
design
sure.
and stuff. But I made the extension on it.
Electromagnetic?
Yep. So that way it'll hold your parts.
Isn't that cool? So you can hold the parts together and
grind
place
them off.
and grind them off. Yeah.
And then when you're done, boom, and you can sweep it off. You don't have like regular magnet work.
See? The invention, the mother of
I'm not gonna
invention.
take full credit of this, but most of that was Sean's idea.
Yeah.
It just might have had to be tweaked because Sean likes to take magnets.
Yeah.
And he's going to rule the world with a magnet.
Well, you
Which,
know.
a lot of times he has great ideas. You just don't know how to put them into order.
I know. You don't have to be. Some of the greatest inventions in the world never got finished by the people that came up with the idea.
He would not get upset or mad or whatever, but
Lose interest?
because he had an idea,
Yeah.
and then while he was at, I'll fix and makes like this right here. Then when he came back, oh, okay, still his idea.
Yeah.
I just changed things around, just like right now.
We-
'Cause this has been 7 years of using this. I need to.
You're
cut
kind
these
of
out,
like
put
me.
new pots
Not
in.
necessarily do you always come up with an idea like we were talking earlier, but we are a hell of a modifier.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
can modify anything.
He overthinks things at times.
Yeah.
Comes up with some damn good ideas.
Yeah. Sometimes
And
simplicity.
if Sean's watching, I'm never putting dryers up overhead to heat the shop. Now I know this will piss him off.
Sometimes overthinking things gets too complicated. I just want things to work.
Exactly.
They don't absolutely always have to be pretty, They just have to work. So let's again. We were on our way outside. Let's get out there and take a look at the car.
Let's do it.
All right. All right. Tell me about this.
This is Mike Hartkins 30 that we're doing. It's kind of been, him and I are working on it together. Just little things. You were talking about gas tank.
Yeah.
On the inside of here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but we made the whole gas tank on the back side of it. That's where I said where we put the gussets in it or whatever you want to call
It's
it.
on bags, right? It's on airbags?
Yeah. And then everything's up underneath the back side of it for the air system.
Yeah.
And then
That
really
dash,
the
yeah,
dash.
that is that sweet dash. I think you sent
And
me
then-
some pictures of it. I'll probably put some pictures in after all this.
the cool thing, you can see it here on here just a little bit.
The tunnel
Needs
Yeah.
cleaned up. But it all has that almost a wood grain look, but
Yeah.
as soon as that copper hits sunlight, it just shines through. It'll be
You do-
really
do you
cool
do
when
that
it's
with
done.
like a bright wheel, laying a lot of the
Actually,
pattern and stuff.
a lot of it I just board sand.
Oh, okay.
It just seems like it
No
comes
file
out
board like.
just, the rubber blocks that you'll
Oh,
put a
oh,
piece of
yeah,
sandpaper on.
okay.
So literally I'll do that and you keep it all in the same direction.
Yeah. What's the? This one's just as you're getting to it, right?
Yeah, him and I are working on it together.
What motor is it going to have in it?
Right now it's got a small block Chevy. I think he's got I forget what he's putting in it.
Yeah.
It's like a,
Like a blower and everything.
I want to say a 409. No, he was going to, but I don't think he's still sure what he wants to do.
Go over here.
Oh,
Baker.
Frankenbaker. Yeah, we got to get on this one too.
Yeah, we don't get to see Frankenbaker all that often at the shows. Your brother messed up his ankle, right?
Yeah.
So we'll put Frank's over there. I'm not sure how well this is coming out in the dark and stuff.
Yeah, there's right now there's a whole bunch of stuff in the back end of it. He wants to redo his truck, and that's what the fenders are from.
Oh yeah.
Just gotta get time to do it. There's only one of me.
Yeah, I understand that part of it. So, they always ask me. He says, "Well, you're at every place." I said, "No, I'm clone number 4." And there's your dad's.
Oh, that's the 1904. My version of a 1904 Oldsmobile
Yeah.
pie wagon. I don't know if. "1903, they built 3 of them. The factory burnt down.
Yeah.
Oldsmobile rebuilt the factory. I think they built 4 more of them. And then, of course, the Model T with the motor in the front end.
Right.
But they nicknamed it Pie Wagon, hence the piece of pie and the license plate. That's 314.
Oh.
But, oops. Stay. I want you to think about what you're doing.
I know.
Yeah. It's just a little Honda repop with transmission.
Yeah, but it's so cool. I've seen you take it out. You had it out. Didn't you have it out to Colt Lake?
Yep, had it out there before I got the fenders and stuff made up on it. It's another one that just gets pushed to the side.
Yeah.
I know Brian Mance has been on my butt about getting it done.
Yeah.
And then over there,
Now this.
that's where there's going to be more barn.
Yeah, you were saying you were going to expand
Hopefully.
out here.
Yeah.
Going to go to this.
Want to bring it out another 30 foot.
So you're going to add all out here.
Yeah, and then that house over there, the oldest house in Pitchin, but it's going to come down.
Yeah, but I'm still going to try and talk you into putting some memorial up for it.
I might use the split log and do something.
Yeah.
Hence the
something,
reason why
something.
I decided not to completely cut this tree out is because I'm going to actually shave it, and I think I'm going to do a chainsaw sculpture on it or
That'd
something.
be so cool.
Yeah, I can't do the whole thing because the center of that is hollow. You can actually see, but the wooden stuff is in great shape. I mean, it was a nice tree. It's just,
If you get all the bark off of it, it'll last a lot longer with all the bark off of it than it will with the bark on it.
will it?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. The bark, you get a lot of bugs and
Yeah.
different things that'll eat through it. But if you peel the bark off of it, and heat treat it with a torch.
Yeah.
Not burn it, but heat treat it with a torch. It'll last a lot longer. Then you can carve, and then you can do a urethane on it or whatever, and it'll last for quite a while.
I thought it'd be kind of cool. And then that little building right there, I want to build, once I get this all done, I want to take that little building right there and make a little thing off of it. That building was actually just a play building that my brother built for his daughter to play in. I'm going to put 2 gravity feed gas pumps out front of it.
Oh, that'd be sweet. That'd be nice. Now you're going to set this all up here. You're going to set this all up here. You're going to have a nice driveway here, concrete.
Driveways, the whole thing's going to come off of the address on Selma Road.
Oh, okay.
So over where the van is,
Uh-huh.
and the driveway will just come in this way.
Oh, excellent. All right, let's get back inside and we'll talk some more.
Where it's warm. Warmer.
Yeah, sure. All right, so Steve's going to give us a demonstration of the
See if I can get this done.
the plasma table. He's going to load it up, and we may lose sound, we may lose noise, but we'll try and get a little picture of what's going on here.
Now the water in the table is there. So you're gonna have 50 dots in between dots.
Right, it has a smoothing, because when I ran the old plotters back in for graphics, it had smoothing features where you could smooth it and arch it, and you didn't have to go, because we used to do coins and stamps. We used to do cut plotter sheets for stamps and stuff, and those can be kind of complicated.
That CNC out at the base, it was one of the very first ones. The program. That's what's really nice about the program's $7,000 just for this program.
I realize that, yeah.
But the nice thing is, if you're cutting and you have a tendency of warp or whatever, it may cut a star out here and then it'll go down here and it'll cut the line. Then it'll come over here and cut.
Yeah. To
Kinda like
dissipate the heat, yeah.
It's like when you're welding in a body panel.
Right.
You don't just because you're causing warpage.
Yeah.
You tack it in around the side. You'll do small stitch welds. You'll just keep working that whole thing all the way around, so that way it doesn't warp the metal.
When I was doing the graphics for plotting for paper, material, plastics, and stuff like that, we didn't have to worry about the heat because, of course, we're cutting with a knife.
Right.
It's the exact same machine, pretty much the same program, except instead of cutting with a lightning bolt, we were cutting just with a knife. We would always cut out the small pieces because if you cut out your big piece, then your big piece flops around. Whereas if you cut your small pieces, they just fall away, and you don't have to worry about it getting in there and stuff. So,
I've gotten to where, just like that Adams Racing sign that's up there,
yeah,
I needed those pieces. But I also need the piece that I cut those pieces out of for a template so everything goes in line.
oh yeah,
It's a little bit of waste, but not that much. And everything lines up when you go to glue in your lettering. Well, because I needed the letters, it starts on the outside, comes in. If you just go through and do like I just did here and just set a tool path, it's as if you're not keeping the letters. So there's certain things that you got to, and the best thing to do is I cut out the letters, and then I'll come back and I'll cut out the outside portion so that way everything lines up.
yeah.
Just little things, and not realizing that, like I said, that double the cost on this stuff. That right there cost me $95 to make.
Yeah.
With paint, that's not time, that's just material,
Yeah.
aluminum, paint, $20 a can just for clear.
Electricity, on and on and on. Yeah,
It's $1 a minute to run this machine.
yeah.
And then, after so long, and it just depends,
Maintenance.
that right there is the inserts for that torch. That's $15 each time
Yeah.
you change it.
Yeah.
It starts adding up.
Yep.
So to actually do this and think that you're going to make money at it because I'm just going to have a business running this machine and doing that, you're not.
Yeah. You got to figure in all the factors. I totally agree.
I don't see how these guys are selling these. Well, and they're not grinding them off. They're just literally cut. And there's been some places that I've seen where these signs are in these knick-knack shops or whatever else. And they wasn't even cleaned up.
Right.
Well, that's because they can't make any money trying to clean them up.
Right.
Literally, they're making off a $35 item, they're making $10.
Yeah.
So they want to make as many of them as they can.
Yeah.
And not me. I like doing the custom stuff. I like being able to say, I made that. You walk into Mother Stewart's downtown.
Oh, yeah.
You walk in, you see that sign. I made that sign.
Yeah. Oh, I know the pride that you have in your stuff and everything. That's why, like I said, that's one of the reasons I'm out here, for people that have the creativity, that have the pride in it, that can do the stuff, and it's just not everybody, unfortunately, can do this. Not everybody can take care.
It's not hard. You just have to be open-minded and learn.
Yeah, and kind of dedicated.
Yeah, it helped that
Yeah.
I was retired from out at the base.
Right. You didn't get a
Because-
second chance for a lot of the stuff you did on the base.
Well, I was out here working, and then I'd go in and help Mom, get
Yeah.
her cleaned up and stuff, come back out and work.
Yeah.
So even if I would have retired from the base and just took care of Mom, kind of would have sucked just sitting around watching TV all day.
Yep.
I had a shop to go to right out the
Yep.
back door. And-
You have to have some release.
Oh yeah.
You got to have some release. That's why I like, taking care of Mom and Dad, and I'm able to get out and do the shows. That's my release. That's why
Well-
everybody goes, why do you keep doing this? Why do you do so many in a day? Why do you get up when you don't feel like it? Well, it's my only release. So
Have you ever? It's a whole program or whatever. I can't think of the technical term, but have you ever went out and just beat up turtles? Dude, it will release some stress.
it's kind of like the Japanese with their rooms where you can go in and break china.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Bust up appliances and TVs and stuff. Get that release.
But China won't bite back. Turtles
No.
bite.
Yeah.
And those ninja turtles, oh man, they suck.
So it's not only the signs, but you have built a lot of parts.
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of one-off stuff.
Yeah, not only for your own vehicles, though, but for other people.
Dude, it came down to it. I'm telling you what, that's one thing that's nice about having a CNC. There was one day I needed some stainless washers,
Yeah. Yeah.
bigger fender washers, and I didn't want to run all the way into Handyman to get them.
Yeah.
I was like, what am I? I'm stupid. I literally cut my stainless washers
There you
out
go.
so that way. That's my buddy Mark that's got Metalworks down in North Carolina. He bought one of these machines. It wasn't to make signs. He's got a whole shop that he tubs rear ends and does dragsters and a lot
Right,
of stuff like
right.
that. That was his shop. He bought it so that way, because once you do, it's like the little pie cart.
Right.
I can make another one because I have it.
All in there, yeah.
In
The head's cycling now. It's all
Yeah, you want to zero it out,
Right.
so that way it makes sure it knows where all the points are on the table.
Right. Laser the side,
Yep.
so you set your mark.
Yeah. Sunlight's hitting me. They wanted, it was either $170 or $700 for that little laser that plugged into that cord.
Yeah.
So it literally was powering off the unit.
Yeah.
That cost $17 from, I think at the time he bought it from Zorro,
Yeah.
and it's battery operated.
There you go.
So literally mounted it on there. I don't even have a real mount on it. I've still got a temporary mount, but it's still, if it works,
It works.
I'll fix it.
Yeah, it's that keep it simple
And
stuff.
the really cool thing is it's 9-volt battery.
Yeah.
But these 9-volt batteries, he found from the same company.
Rechargeable?
Yep. For rechargeable 9-volt battery. Here they are. Rechargeable 9-volt batteries you just plug in.
There
so
you
for
go.
7 years I've been using these same two
Same batteries? Yeah.
I like to give Sean crap, but
He's your
I miss
buddy.
him out here working.
He's your buddy.
He's my buddy. Oh my gosh, some of the stuff that we've done cannot be said on
On camera?
camera. I'm really tight now. I've already got stuff that's already programmed in because I like to use the fine tips. And then
Yeah.
if I get into heavier stuff, I use the standard tips that's on it.
What's the thickest you can cut?
1.5 inches.
1.5 inches. That's a lot.
Supposedly, I've never
Yeah,
cut
but that's a
1.5
lot.
inches. Most everything that I've cut might have been just above or below 1/4 inch.
Yeah.
And some 1/4 inch.
All
plate.
right.
He does a pretty good job.
Well, I'm going to step back just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna make some noise too, cause bend it out a little bit. Now this thing's probably gonna take about 35 minutes to cut.
Well, we're not going to watch it that whole time. I'm just going to get some
When
highlights.
it comes to doing these things, you gotta put that into perspective
Yep.
too, because like I said, it costs me $1 a minute
Yep.
with electric and the tips.
Yep.
So, but do I really care most of the time? No. If you want to watch it, because it is literally a flash. It's just like I always taught never walk away from a machine. And at times you'll really notice that a piece of metal may not fall, right, stick up, and you don't want to spend 20 minutes cutting something out, right, and then the torch is all sideways because they hit a piece of metal. I just never walk away from anything. Right?
Been out here for quite some time. Listen, Steve and I could sit here and stuff and go on and on and on and on about the old days, about new days, about different stuff. But I really, I hope you enjoyed this. I had a good time out here with Steve. So I want to thank you, buddy. I want to thank you, buddy, and stuff for letting us come into the shop. And I will put your information down. Is that okay for people to contact you in case they need something and
like
whatever?
Said, the best thing is on Facebook.
Yeah.
I never thought that I would be doing so much business off Facebook, but if I advertise someplace else, there's only one of me. So I'll be so freaking busy, I won't be able to keep up with everything. And no, I'm not bragging. It's just that
I understand.
And with being on Facebook, you shoot me a message, it gives me a place to remember.
Yeah.
So
you can always go back.
I can go back. Oh man, I needed to do this up for someone's birthday. I needed to do this because I keep track of it on an Excel file. But sometimes I get so busy that I don't get a chance to write it
I understand.
down.
So I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me come out. It's been really interesting. People contact Steve, and I got to get back on the road, and we're going to get to the next one. If anybody knows of any place they want me to go or close by or whatever, if they send me that information, I will try and contact the folks and get out there. But for now, I appreciate it, guys. See ya.
Bye.
You gotta be kidding me.
So, yeah, this is what Steve, CULTICE, Scuba Steve, this is what he made me. Dig this. Look, it's a go for, and it's a bottle opener. It's so sweet. Thank you, Steve. You just don't know how much that means to me, Bubba. I greatly appreciate it. Scuba Steve.